same issue over and over again and never getting any relief? Are you tired of buying all types of vitamins and supplements, hoping but not knowing for sure that they will keep you healthy? Or are you getting enough of the right kind of nutrients that your specific body needs? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you need a nutritional blood analysis. With a nutritional blood analysis, we can take one drop of blood from a prick of your finger and analyze your body's nutritional needs, nutritional deficiencies, and nutritional imbalances. This analysis can provide an early warning of possible future health challenges so you can make the changes now to avoid the negative outcome. A nutritional blood analysis can be used to monitor a health challenge before and after adopting an approach to restore health and balance. It will also allow you the ability to determine the effectiveness of various approaches to restoring and balancing your health. So don't wait. Make your appointment. Stop guessing with your health. Know what works for sure. 901-602-7063.
Graphics Printing, located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, a complete print shop for all your printing needs. They do it all: color copies, resumes, funeral programs, rubber stamps, full-color business cards, wedding and graduation invitations, and more. 30-plus years of quality work and service. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, Tennessee, 901-345-9294. Graphics Printing. CJ Used Appliances, located at 3530 Jackson Avenue here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances has the best prices in town. Sales and service, heating and air. Also the best appliances you'll find anywhere in the Mid-South. Refrigerators, microwave stoves, washers and dryers, deep freezers, dishwashers, whatever you need in used appliances. And folks, I'm telling you, they're the best used appliances anywhere you'll find. That's CJ Used Appliances, 3530 Jackson Avenue. All appliances come with warranty. You can call them at 901-487-7882. Again, 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances. C&S Motors Auto Sales, located at 2508 Summer Avenue, here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-323-8778. C&S Motors Auto Sales has been around since 1984. Go by and see Chris today for some of the best pre-owned and used vehicles in the city. They have SUVs, minivans, cars, trucks, whatever you're looking for in pre-owned used vehicles. Hey, you can find it right there at C&S Motors Auto Sales. See Chris since 1984. They will treat you right. Call them at 901-323-8778. That's 901-323-8778. 2508 Summer Avenue, C&S Motors Auto Sales.
This is Sergeant Chris Richardson with the Tennessee Highway Patrol, here to explain the Tennessee Hands-Free Law, which is a new state law effective July 1st, 2019. In Public Chapter 412, it makes it illegal for a driver to hold a cell phone or a mobile device with any part of their body, to write, send, or read any text-based communication, to reach for a cell phone or mobile device in a manner that requires the driver to no longer be in a seated driving position or properly restrained by a seatbelt, to watch a video or a movie on a cell phone or a mobile device, and to record or broadcast video on a cell phone or mobile device. So, can I still talk on my cell phone while driving? Yes. A driver is permitted to use an earpiece, headphone device, or a device worn on a wrist to conduct a voice-based communication. The driver may use one button on a cell phone or mobile device to initiate or terminate voice communication, and voice-based communication may also be used to send a text message. Learn more at handsfreetn.com.
Are you tired of going to the doctor with the same issue over and over again and never getting any relief? Are you tired of buying all types of vitamins and supplements, hoping but not knowing for sure that they will keep you healthy? Or are you getting enough of the right kind of nutrients that your specific body needs? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you need a nutritional blood analysis. With a nutritional blood analysis, we can take one drop of blood from a prick of your finger and analyze your body's nutritional needs, nutritional deficiencies, and nutritional imbalances. This analysis can provide an early warning of possible future health challenges so you can make the changes now to avoid the negative outcome. A nutritional blood analysis can be used to monitor a health challenge before and after adopting an approach to restore health and balance. It will also allow you the ability to determine the effectiveness of various approaches to restoring and balancing your health. So don't wait. Make your appointment. Stop guessing with your health. Know what works for sure. 901-602-7063.
Graphics Printing, located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, a complete print shop for all your printing needs. They do it all: color copies, resumes, funeral programs, rubber stamps, full-color business cards, wedding and graduation invitations, and more. 30-plus years of quality work and service. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, Tennessee, 901-345-9294. Graphics Printing. CJ Used Appliances, located at 3530 Jackson Avenue here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances have the best prices in town. Sales and service, heating and air. Also the best appliances you'll find anywhere in the Mid-South. Refrigerators, microwave stoves, washers and dryers, deep freezers, dishwashers, whatever you need in used appliances. And folks, I'm telling you, they're the best used appliances anywhere you'll find. That's CJ Used Appliances, 3530 Jackson Avenue. All appliances come with warranty. You can call them at 901-487-7882. Again, 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances. C&S Motors Auto Sales, located at 2508 Summer Avenue, here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-323-8778. C&S Motors Auto Sales has been around since 1984. Go by and see Chris today for some of the best pre-owned and used vehicles in the city. They have SUVs, minivans, cars, trucks, whatever you're looking for in pre-owned used vehicles. Hey, you can find it right there at C&S Motors Auto Sales. See Chris since 1984. They will treat you right. Call them at 901-323-8778. That's 901-323-8778. 2508 Summer Avenue, C&S Motors Auto Sales.
This is Sergeant Chris Richardson with the Tennessee Highway Patrol, here to explain the Tennessee Hands-Free Law, which is a new state law effective July 1st, 2019. In Public Chapter 412, it makes it illegal for a driver to hold a cell phone or a mobile device with any part of their body, to write, send, or read any text-based communication, to reach for a cell phone or mobile device in a manner that requires the driver to no longer be in a seated driving position or properly restrained by a seatbelt, to watch a video or a movie on a cell phone or a mobile device, and to record or broadcast video on a cell phone or mobile device. So, can I still talk on my cell phone while driving? Yes. A driver is permitted to use an earpiece, headphone device, or a device worn on a wrist to conduct a voice-based communication. The driver may use one button on a cell phone or mobile device to initiate or terminate voice communication, and voice-based communication may also be used to send a text message. Learn more at handsfreetn.com.
Another great show we got lined up for you today, and I see the comments. I'm going to address that in a moment. Y'all are low down, man. Y'all already coming at us early this morning. But, man, I'm going to tell you, man, I don't even know what to say. But another great, despite that, we're still here. I was contemplating doing the show, but I said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do this on today, because more than the Titans, man, we got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yes, indeed.
So we're going to get into all of it today, so y'all stay tuned, keep it locked, keep it tuned in for all that stuff, because some stuff we've been trying to tell y'all has come to fruition. So we're going to get into all that coming up here shortly. But real quick, follow us on social media. Follow us first on Twitter at TalkBackLive. That's one word, at TalkBackLive. Also, Facebook.com, TalkBackLive with Bob and Josh. Like our Facebook page, check us out there, as well as Talkback Live Network on Facebook, as well as WTBL Talkback Live Network on Facebook. All of those outlets, you can follow us, you can you can like us, as I cough because these laughs coming in. Like us, you can share, and share the video if you get an opportunity. Hit the share button at the bottom if you appreciate what we do and everything else, man, and support the show. Hit the share button. One little tap, and it'll share it on your page and let folks know about one of the best shows and best independent media outlets in anywhere. Talkback Live Network.
Yes,
and
indeed.
Talkback Live with Bob and Josh. Also, real quick, in case y'all didn't see my post earlier, Talkback Live Sports will now be on a little bit earlier every day, from 2 to 3 p.m., starting this morning. This afternoon.
This afternoon.
Yeah, this afternoon. So y'all stay tuned for that later. But right now, we got a lot to cover. So without any further ado, Bob, let's get it on.
All right. And I tell you what, John, a lot of topics, and let's start it all off. Here we go.
may or may not have had going on. Go back to other political candidates. Talk about Bill Lee meeting, with a Ku Klux Klan outfit on back in the day. You know what I'm saying? When he was a younger man. A lot of people vilified them for those things, and said, hey, you need to be held accountable for what you did in the past. And we did hold them accountable.
Okay.
And I think the same standard should be held for Tammy Sawyer.
Okay. All right.
I think that's fair.
And so little respect for the police. And as they mentioned here, that if she's elected mayor of the city of Memphis, then she would be the top cop. She would be over the police department. And then for her to have so little respect for the police, then that means, that only tells me that if she is going to lead the police department, she may not respect them as well as other people or other mayors, and they may not get what they need or what they want to as well as they need to. Or could she try to get revenge on the police department because she liked the police? That's not a good position to be in, to talking about running for mayor of Memphis, and you don't like the police department, the people that protect and serve our community. And when the statement was made that protect and serve, she says, nah, she doesn't feel favorable as far as the police department is, are the people that protect and serve our community.
Yeah, that they don't really do the job.
Yeah, so, and she doesn't really like the police, and making a statement about her driving home under the influence. And glad that they didn't catch her. But they caught other people and stopped them, but thank God they didn't stop her while she was drunk or whatever the case may be. So,
and that's interesting. Now, we got another story as well. Now,
yeah.
If people wondering, the previous story that we played was from Thursday News First Broke, because the story stated that she didn't have a statement. Of course, she has made a statement since then, and most of this came out yesterday when she finally did say something, and that was at the Micah rally, or I guess you could say, or forum for some of the mayoral candidates that were there, and only two showed up. Was Tammy Sawyer and Terrence T.B. Boyce.
Right.
So we're going to play that story for you as well, real quick, and come back.
Okay, do you think the tweets were really that bad? Or do you think they were just average? 901-213-6020, and we're ready to roll. Take a listen to this. We'll be back.
More than 1,000 people packed at church this Sunday as mayoral candidates spoke to the public issues. Micah, or the Memphis Interfaith Coalition for Action and Hope, hosted the event. Local 24 News reporter Rebecca Butcher joins us.
Early voting, and about 1,200 people showed up here at Mount Vernon Baptist Church, all to see the mayoral candidates come and speak, but only a couple showed up. All of them were invited. Tammy Sawyer and also Terrence Boyce were in attendance. Well, Micah brought together city leaders to address concerns like education and income equity. Tammy Sawyer, who recently faced backlash for controversial tweets a decade old, addressed the crowd.
There have been things that I've said or done that have not made me a perfect person, but it has made me an even better candidate because I know the road that I have to walk to get what I want in this city, which is equity and opportunity for all of us.
In 2010, mayoral candidate Tammy Sawyer tweeted things like, "Cops just got a dude on my block with a DUI. Thanking God for all the times I made it home without fail, like tonight." Local 24 uncovered more than 300 tweets, some as recent as 6 years ago, with Sawyer talking about being drunk or drinking. She also tweeted about homophobia, saying she outed a closeted lesbian while in school. Now, Saturday, Sawyer apologized in a blog, saying in part, there are tweets that show a woman who still hadn't come to terms with her homophobia and that she wasn't being a voice for all. While she addressed the crowd today, she declined to speak with Local 24. Native Memphian Terrence Boyce says he was hurt by incumbent Jim Strickland and former Mayor Willie Harrington's absence at today's event. Boyce says that Harrington was his inspiration to running for mayor.
I'm bringing love to the city, and I want to bring hope. That it don't matter how your situation is, if you're poor or rich, you will be able to be successful.
Yeah, and Mayor Jim Strickland, he was invited to this event, but this camp says that he could not attend because of another conflicting event around the same time. But he does say he met with Micah representatives sometime last week. Also, Willie Harrington, he was invited, but reporting live in Westwood, I'm Rebecca Butcher, Local 24 News.
Rebecca.
All right, and what do you think, folks? 901-213-6020, or we got a lot of comments coming in, Josh. You got to read some of these comments that are coming in, and so what do you think about this particular situation? I mean, some people just, I can understand supporters for Tammy Sawyer, frustrated, getting upset, and that type of thing, but hey, some people, just don't respect people that don't respect the police department. If you running for mayor, that's your job, is to make sure that the police department is qualified, and protected, and that they have what they need to protect and serve the community. And so here, to me, Josh, I know some of the things she said. Some people say, well, she said this 10 years ago or 5 years ago or whatever the case may be. But some people look at it as though, well, has she really changed? And I do understand. You got to understand this as well. Over the period of years, people can change. Their lifestyle can change. What they think and what they thought then can change. Do you think Tammy Sawyer has changed? Do you think she's still the same person as she was back then? Or is she answering the questions that the public need to hear concerning things? What do you think? Your comments are coming in. We appreciate those as well. And Josh, want to take a look at some comments?
Yeah, several coming in here. He says, well, Jet says first.
Let's go back.
Yeah, go back because I lost some. So
yeah. Okay, well, Kelly, Brodell, good morning to you guys, and Jay Word, GKP, and thanks for checking in. Yeah, we already know who it is. Well, we won't talk about them Cowboys right now. He says Titan. Okay, let's move on. There.
And that was early. Yeah. So.
And in the Brodell says if she was gonna run for office, she should have got ahead of this by deleting the accounts. Can she delete that?
Yeah, absolutely. You can. You can delete any social media account you have. That's what you. And look, that's what I'm saying, man.
Okay, well, that's a good point then.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good point. Brodell. Maybe she didn't know she could.
Well, no, I think she just didn't think about it. I think it's one of those things you don't necessarily think, okay, this is going to come back to bite. Or you don't even remember. You probably don't even remember that you put all that stuff out there back in the day.
Or maybe she meant what she said and wanted to leave it up there.
Nah, I don't think that's the case.
Yeah.
I mean, look, if you want to win, whether you meant it or not, you're not going to keep some stuff like that up on your page.
How do you know that she probably thought that wouldn't hurt her? She probably thought that it wouldn't come back to haunt her, or somebody would go to the extent that people are going to right now to try to discredit her, or to keep her from winning the mayoral race.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know.
And now, Jed, I know Jed's wondering what was so severe about it. Well, let's put it this way, and this is just my opinion now. The very fact that she had, went through the effort to put a blog about there are certain things that she posted that are uncalled for.
Mm-hmm.
that shouldn't be said. That's out of her own mouth.
Right.
So clearly there is some legitimacy to it. And I think some of her supporters are straight up in denial if you don't admit that. Because even she's admitted that. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's one thing. Now, what is interesting, everything from... And see, it's not about necessarily if it offended me. Because I wasn't offended by her tweets or by any means. But the fact is, they were not ideal, at least in my opinion, for somebody that's running for office, the head office for a city, especially like a city like Memphis. I'm not saying some of these other candidates probably don't drink, but the fact that you put out there publicly for public scrutiny that the potential, and maybe some people feel like it's taken out of context, but the way it looks is that you're suggesting that you've gotten away with driving drunk multiple times, or at least under the influence to a certain degree.
Or maybe some people think, okay, well, she's just being honest. She's just being a regular person. She just put out there that the way she feels or what's going on with her. And she probably had no idea that she was going to run for mayor. So what's wrong with a person putting out, what they actually doing and being honest about the whole thing? Isn't that what people want? Somebody to be honest, somebody to be transparent, to let people know what's going on. Mm-hmm. So if she wins the office, she goes out and get drunk one night, do we want her to be transparent enough to tweet out over Twitter, say, hey, I'm on the side of the road as drunk as a skunk, and I can't drive any further, so I'm going to sleep here until it wears off? Do you want a candidate, do you want a mayor in office like that that'll be transparent and write everything down and whatever they do? So I don't know.
And I'm making some comments, but some of these later ones are really good. Shout out to Memphis Police Association President Mike Williams coming in. And I asked him directly in the comments what he thought about it. And he says she is dangerous, not just for police, but for the people she represents. It may have been 10 years ago, but she still displayed many of those same traits.
Wow, Mike, that's a strong statement.
Yeah.
So Jet says good, then she can help make them respectable.
Well, that was in response to Tammy saying that she doesn't respect the police.
Well, so are we saying people can't change? It's what Jay says. We're talking, 10 years ago? Well, Jet says, I don't like our American government, but I'm the best choice for president president because I'll fix it. And 10 years ago, I probably would have just, this is Jay saying this now, I probably would have just bust your head. Now, I would pray, he said, pray before I bust your head.
So head's still gonna get bust. Yeah, I hear you, brother.
Where are you guys? Okay. Okay, all right. Michael Williams, you read this statement.
Yeah.
She is dangerous. I'm going to read it again.
Yeah, go ahead.
She is dangerous, not just for police, but for the people she represents. It may have been 10 years ago, but she still displays many of those traits. And what do you mean by that, Mike? She still displays many of those traits. How? How do you know what they are? What traits?
Yeah.
I mean, she still display them. When have you seen her display them lately? That's what the people want to know. Everybody's saying 10 years ago. Okay, that's in the past, so several years ago, whatever. But see, now you're saying she's still displaying some of those traits. Okay, what are they? And that's what people want to know, and I guess that's what they're trying to find out. Okay, if that's 10 years ago, what they're saying is she's probably has changed. And you saying that's probably she's not. And what your statement says here, it's fine. And, because you're saying she still displays some of those traits. what are they? And when was the last time you saw her display them? Okay. Please state the 3 words in your opinion. I need to hear. Lucas, okay. Sometimes people are so blind that they think what they say is right. Check out the president.
Yeah, the president displays that trait in a lot of cases.
Okay, so is he saying that Tammy thinks she's right? Or sometimes they say certain things?
Well, not just Tammy. I think he's talking about people that support Tammy as well. You know, they're kind of ignoring. Because here's the thing, right?
So they're not being straight up. They're just ignoring the fact, the things that she's saying and saying they're not dangerous.
Well, I think anybody...
Mike Williams just said, she's dangerous.
Well, to be fair, I think anybody that supports anybody is going to have a bias toward that person. So, I mean, that's just the way it is, even if they do something wrong.
Is there a difference in being biased and not telling the truth, not stating exactly, you heard what they said, and then to be in denial of what they just said, or what they're saying, or what they have said, so I don't know.
And here's some more here, and well, go ahead down some more, because I'm gonna try to pull up a thing where I can read more of these. But some more good ones that came in recently, and then I'll let you get some I missed. Mike Williams responded to what you were asking when you were asking the question.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he's talking about. I'm talking about 2 months ago in Fraser, where she broadcasted live on Facebook in regards to the police. As an elected official, she assisted with inciting a riot, as opposed to finding out all the facts. So I'm guessing that was with the situation that happened in Fraser.
Okay.
If you remember the riot that happened with the police and the citizens out there.
Okay. So she was leading that or something?
Well, I think she said some things without knowing. Like, because people are already on the assumption that the police had killed that guy. You remember the U.S. Marshals?
Yeah, the Marshals,
yeah. And that guy had shot a guy and took his car in Mississippi.
Right.
Everybody was under the assumption that he was another victim of police brutality by MPD and the U.S.
Black
Marshals.
victims, yeah. Specifically,
yeah. When the fact of the matter was he was a criminal that was driving crazy and reportedly got out of the car with a weapon. So...
Okay, so Mike is saying Tammy was in support of that?
Well, I wouldn't say in support of that, but she was more or less saying that, this was another act of police brutality, to put it that way. That's what I'm assuming. I'm assuming that's what he did.
How was that an act of police brutality when the guy gets out of the car and he rams his car into the marshal's car, first of all, and then jumps out with a gun in his hand? How is that an act of brutality when the guy was, showing that, hey, he was gonna shoot at the marshals? To me, that's what that displays. So, yeah, I understand where you're coming from, but, I agree. Why would she stand up for something like that? Because, if that's the case, then, hey, maybe she hadn't changed. Because seems like to me, if that's the statement that she made and she defended this criminal from the U.S. Marshals, when what they did, they killed another black man for nothing. That wasn't for nothing. This guy rammed his car into the police, into the Marshals' cars out there, and then jumped out of the car with a weapon. So, I mean, what do you mean for nothing? So they had to defend themselves. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to stand there, okay, ram our cars and jump out and just shoot at every one of us. But we're not going to respond back to you. But if she's in defense of that guy and mad at the police department about that, then maybe she doesn't need to be mayor, because she's going to have to lead the police department.
Yeah, and to Edward's point, just latest comment, he said she probably didn't have all the evidence, and nobody did at that point. Anybody that spoke about
but it doesn't matter whether you
premature,
right? It doesn't matter whether you had all of the report. But if you just jump up and then defend a person that is has warrants for his arrest and then end up doing what he did, and then rammed his car into the marshal's car, the police cars, and jump out of his vehicle with a gun without submitting unto them. I mean, you don't have to know all of the details. That is enough there to tell you that the guy was wrong, in what he did. So I mean, so here we go again.
Yeah.
It's people trying to defend Tammy Sawyer. I mean, if she's wrong, she's wrong. If she's right, she's right. That's not only just Tammy Sawyer. That includes any other one of the other candidates.
Well, and here's the thing: we can't be, biased, in situations, right? And this is what I mean. You look at all these other instances of things that people have been caught saying or doing in the past, whether it's racist acts, whether it's, like some cases reported sexual assault or whatever you want to say, whatever it is, whether you said something, you did something, you tweeted something, whatever the case is. You can't, call those people out to the carpet and not call other people out to the carpet just because you like that person. It's wrong.
Yeah.
There's nothing okay about being a political candidate running for mayor, black, white, or indifferent. And, and I'm pull this up in a second here. We had a lot of people that felt the same way in the comments on our post on TalkBackLive with Bob and Josh. Facebook page from this weekend that was talking about it. And I'm going to show you guys a picture again here on the screen if you didn't see it. These are just some of the tweets. According to Channel 5, I believe, they were saying there were even more tweets, up to 200 that they found.
Really?
That were detailing different things and including situations where she was drunk. Or stated that she was drunk.
Now, is this
recent?
Are these recent events?
Well, I mean, all of this is in the past.
Okay.
I don't know how old it is, but that this was recently talked about. And let's see, Mike Williams clarified some things here. I don't want y'all to think I'm skipping. I'm just reading the ones that come up in my face here. Then we'll go back to some of these other great comments.
Hold on before you read that one. Rachel says you can't speak that way about police and then expect to be elected.
Yeah,
you can't speak that way about police and expect to be elected.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay.
So what else? I know there's several more there.
10 years ago, she was...
And who's that?
This is Jet. 10 years ago, she was what, 22?
27.
He says 22.
No, it's 27.
Is that what that is?
That's what I heard on the news. Yeah, he said
22, but she was 27.
Yeah, that's my point.
Okay. The people that offended were drunk at 22. Okay. Anyway.
22. Look, even if it's 22, 22 is grown. Okay?
Yeah.
22 is grown. And, maybe I would, say, people are the exception. Well, I wasn't drunk at 22. So, hey.
Linda says she should apologize to the police department and the citizens of Memphis if she don't elect her. She needs to be honest now.
Okay.
If she's not honest now, I can't say that word. Sure won't be when she is elected.
Gotcha.
I agree. You have to be behind your police department in order to run a city, and that's true. If you're not behind your police department, you can't run the city. I mean, so it sounds like to me there's some anger or severe disagreement with the authorities, especially the police, with her. And why? I don't know. Maybe something happened in her past or happened to relatives of hers or whatever the case may be. But it sounds like to me she despised the police. She despises authority. But yet she despises authority like that, but yet she wants to be an authority. I don't understand why. Okay, Michael Williams, you already read that, right? I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he stated another one after that, too.
Okay. Everything falls on leadership if you read that one?
No.
Okay. Edward Ingram says everything falls on leadership if you're the example of your community or city. What kind of standard are you setting? But people can change. That's true. Okay, Edward, do you feel she's changed? We're stating the fact. We're making statements that people can change, but do you believe she has changed? I mean, you're talking about people. Are the people a person or whatever you're talking about? Is it Tammy Sawyer? Yeah, we know people can change, but all people don't change. To certain situations, they don't change. They remain the same. But are you saying that Tammy Sawyer has changed? All right. And, okay, Jay says, in other words, let me get that back up here. Oops. I don't know what happened to my thing here. Yeah. Okay. All right, here. Let's see. I have to put something else up here.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking whatever it is, you probably don't.
I've got a situation over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't plugged. Okay, gotcha.
And so I'm losing my thing here. There we go. All right, and I tell you what, let's take a break.
Okay.
Let's take a break, and I got my situation coming back up here, and when we get everything back together, I'm going to read some more comments as well as that. And hey,
well, I say the phone lines are open. I know we haven't brought that up yet.
Yeah, 901-213-6020, and we'll be back after this. You're listening to Talk Back Live with Bob
and Josh,
and it is now 8:47, 47 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock. A very pleasant good morning to you on a Monday morning. We'll be back after this.
Are you tired of going to the doctor with the same issue over and over again and never getting any relief? Are you tired of buying all types of vitamins and supplements, hoping but not knowing for sure that they will keep you healthy? Or are you getting enough of the right kind of nutrients that your specific body needs? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you need a nutritional blood analysis. With a nutritional blood analysis, we can take one drop of blood from a prick of your finger and analyze your body's nutritional needs, nutritional deficiencies, and nutritional imbalances. This analysis can provide an early warning of possible future health challenges so you can make the changes now to avoid the negative outcome. A nutritional blood analysis can be used to monitor a health challenge before and after adopting an approach to restore health and balance. It will also allow you the ability to determine the effectiveness of various approaches to restoring and balancing your health. So don't wait. Make your appointment. Stop guessing with your health. Know what works for sure. 901-602-7063.
Graphics Printing, located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, a complete print shop for all your printing needs. They do it all. Color copies, resumes, funeral programs, rubber stamps, full-color business cards, wedding and graduation invitations, and more. 30-plus years of quality work and service. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, Tennessee, 901-345-9294. C Graphics Printing. CJ Used Appliances, located at 3530 Jackson Avenue here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances have the best prices in town. Sales and service, heating and air. Also the best appliances you'll find anywhere in the Mid-South. Refrigerators, microwave stoves, washers and dryers, deep freezers, dishwashers, whatever you need in used appliances. And folks, I'm telling you, they're the best used appliances anywhere you'll find. That's CJ Used Appliances, 3530 Jackson Avenue. All appliances come with warranty. You can call them at 901-487-7882. Again, 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances. C&S Motors Auto Sales, located at 2508 Summer Avenue, here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-323-8778. C&S Motors Auto Sales has been around since 1984. Go by and see Chris today for some of the best pre-owned and used vehicles in the city. They have SUVs, minivans, cars, trucks, whatever you're looking for in pre-owned used vehicles. Hey, you can find it right there at C&S Motors Auto Sales. See Chris since 1984. They will treat you right. Call them at 901-323-8778. That's 901-323-8778. 2508 Summer Avenue, C&S Motors Auto Sales.
This is Sergeant Chris Richardson with the Tennessee Highway Patrol, here to explain the Tennessee Hands-Free Law, which is a new state law effective July 1st, 2019. In Public Chapter 412, it makes it illegal for a driver to hold a cell phone or a mobile device with any part of their body, to write, send, or read any text-based communication, to reach for a cell phone or mobile device in a manner that requires the driver to no longer be in a seated driving position or properly restrained by a seatbelt, to watch a video or a movie on a cell phone or a mobile device, and to record or broadcast video on a cell phone or mobile device. So, can I still talk on my cell phone while driving? Yes. A driver is permitted to use an earpiece, headphone device, or a device worn on a wrist to conduct a voice-based communication. The driver may use one button on a cell phone or mobile device to initiate or terminate voice communication, and voice-based communication may also be used to send a text message. Learn more at handsfreetn.com.
Comments are still coming in concerning the last topic we were talking about, and Tammy Sawyer in the election, and so that's a big topic, big thing. And let me say this: we're not beating up on anyone. We're not beating up on Tammy Sawyer and that type of thing. Some people think, well, they're talking about her, but no, we're just stating the facts and things that have been said, and it's some of the things that a lot of people are talking about. People concerned.
Yeah, absolutely.
About who the mayoral candidates are. Jim Strickland, you got T.B. Boyce, which a lot of people feel that he's not he's not to anybody, but also you have former Mayor Willie Harrington in the race, and I think he's your microphone, and Tammy Sawyer, who we've been talking about as well. So 901-213-6020 is the number to call if you have comments outside of your comments outside of your comments that you're making right now. So, Josh, in other news, we could talk about other things as well.
Yeah, and I think the pad might be up. That might be what they're hearing right now.
Oh,
yeah, volume wise.
No.
Okay, there's nothing else. I don't know whether they can hear that.
Okay.
The feedback. Right. Okay, there we
go.
Okay.
All right, yeah. Okay, 901-213-6020. That's probably that mic there. Anyway, hey, if you want to call in and talk about situations, a lot of people like to leave comments and stuff like that. So, but hey, that's okay too. We'll read your comments. All right. In other news, Josh, we've got there's talk about some black pastors, some Jim Strickland in the in the city race. Some black people don't like that idea that black pastors are doing this. So, what is going on? We have one pastor in particular we have a comment from, and we'll get to that comment that he made that black people are attacking him, and so he's got some things to say. We're going to play that in just a minute. And also, if you have any comments as well, you're welcome to call. And what's your opinion on the black pastors supporting Jim Strickland? And what's wrong with that? I mean, don't they have a right to support who they want to?
Call from
Terrence TB Boy.
To accept, press 1. To send
Terrence TB Boys, mayoral candidate. Welcome to the show. Good morning on a Monday.
What's going on, man?
Good morning. Glad to be on the show this morning.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How you doing this morning?
I'm doing okay. I'm kind of frustrated, but I'm okay.
Okay, and glad you called in to the show.
Yeah, tell us how you feel.
What do you think? You say you're frustrated, and you're a mayoral candidate for the city of Memphis, and some things were said in a comment. I think did we play that earlier? Oh, we'll play it next.
Well, probably next, but I know what are you frustrated about?
What are you frustrated about, and what's going on?
This was going on behind the scenes, and to be honest with the people, in the political game, they only want to talk about the three. Yesterday at Mount Vernon Church, I had a chance to speak, and when I was leaving, people want to know who I am because new and it was a good turnout. And when I walked out, the news approached me, and I had a full-blown interview with them. And I left, and when I left, I got a call about 9:20 when 10 o'clock news was about to come on. A news reporter called me and said, Terrence, I'm not this person. I'm sorry. I apologize. But my boss won't allow me to air you. We can't play you. We can't get you out there at all. We only can talk about the top three, and we only can talk about Tammy Tweaks.
Wow.
So it shows me that what they said at the beginning is true. They don't want no other candidate to get talked about, and that's not right. So if you don't, it's just like the education. If you don't have no money, you have to go to Raleigh, Egypt, and get a weak education. But if you have money, you can go to a good school and get a great education. And it's just not right. Like, it's not fair. Like, if I did everything right, put in my application, received 25 signatures, I did everything right, you should supposed to talk about all the candidates. Everybody needs to know everybody who's running so they can know who to vote for.
Exactly. I'm curious, TB, man, because, man, I respect the way you run your campaign, bro, and, how things have been going. And I was glad that I saw 24 and even Channel 3, they showed you talking there. But 24, they actually talked to you. Right. and they showed that on the news, at least a little bit of it.
I had a full blown interview.
Wow.
A full blown. But last night, they bossed the person over, told them, cut it out. We only need to talk about 3.
So let me ask you this: what do you think? How's this whole experience been for you, man? Because I know a lot of this talk about the 3. You know what I'm saying? With Tammy and Harrington, who doesn't want to really talk to anybody, and Strickland, who really doesn't want to talk to anybody either.
It been a truly an honor and a blessing to be able to get in and learn and see how it's really going on, like behind the scenes, and it's just a blessing to be able to learn, and I've been able to pray for people. It's been a real blessing to be able to see people get saved just off. I get through debating and somebody want to come give their life to Christ. Like, it's been a journey how God just been using me, but it's just some things that frustrate me about, people just, they really don't care. It's like, if we get Strickland, we doomed. If we get Harrington, we doomed. If we get Tammy, we doomed. Like, why you don't want to hear about the other one?
Okay, so you're saying the people don't really care because of not giving all the other candidates an opportunity to say or to hear from the other candidates. They just want to hear from the top candidates, and those candidates may not be what the city of Memphis needs. Is that what you're trying to say?
Right, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Okay.
Everybody deserves an opportunity. If we want to talk about equality, everybody deserves an opportunity, especially when you put your application in and you've done everything that's supposed to be done.
So talk about that.
Why should you not be heard because you don't have no money?
Yeah, I agree. Now talk about y'all with what went down yesterday, and I know that had to be a good opportunity for yourself, especially with half of the candidates not showing up. It was you and Tammy there in front of a lot of people.
This is TV Boys that called the show.
Yeah, TV
Boys, candidate for mayor of the city of Memphis. Yeah.
Who is, I believe, the youngest to even run. And I know he would be the youngest to win if he won.
30 years old.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So talk about, how was that like, man? It was over 1,000 people there. How did it, what type of stuff did they ask you, and how do you feel they received you up there with Tammy?
Really, it was just, you only had 90 seconds to talk, and then it was over. And then they had a long music and pastors preach, and it was a great experience. But myself, I talk for 90 seconds, introduce myself, what I want to do for the city, and that's about it. But it was great to meet people, hug people. I talk and people put stuff on my wall, inbox me. It was pretty cool.
That's dope. That's great.
And like I keep saying, they're gonna mess around. They're gonna mess around and let the candidate that's all the way at the bottom end up all the way at the top when they keep playing.
And I'm gonna tell you, because a lot of people are turned off on all of them now.
Man, I'm telling you how it's gonna go. I don't know how God gonna do, but the last shall be first, and the first shall be last.
Yes, sir.
Well, Terrence, TV Boy, let me ask you one thing. Since you called the show before you leave, what made you decide to run for mayor of Memphis?
Really, it was straight God. I was sleeping on my air mattress, and God told me, 2:00 in the morning, he woke me up to run for mayor, and I was like, man, I'm not about to run for mayor. I don't know nothing about this, what's going on. I'm not about to do none of this. And I said to myself, well, if I'm able to quit my job, get a new car, get a new wife, a basketball team, man, I'll run for mayor. And man, God completed my checklist. and I decided to run. And I said, well, I need to meet all the people that put me in the lane, and he hooked me up with you guys and Mrs. Lift, and I learned about the police. I learned about the city budget. He hooked me up with Frank Gotti, and he just started putting people in my life, and it just all makes sense to today.
All right, Terrence TV Boys, appreciate you calling in and talking with us this morning. And what last comment you want to tell the people?
Oh, man, early voting has already started. Make sure y'all hit them polls. Boys for Mayor, thank you for this opportunity, and God bless y'all.
All right, thanks for the call.
Appreciate it, man.
Okay. All right. 3600. And
we had a call.
We had a call to try to get in. Now you can call back, and we'll be glad to talk with anybody that want to call in now to talk with us. 901-213-6020. All right, Josh, people are, I don't know, what can you say? People are really, really the mayoral seat that's coming up, or
I don't know if I can say.
Are they serious about this election?
I think people are definitely serious, especially seeing the reaction of Tammy.
Mike Williams.
Mike Williams, welcome to the show. Good morning on a Monday.
What's going on, Doc? How you doing today?
Doing good. How are you, sir?
Good.
Hey, I'm good. Hey, I just wanted to, I was kind of running around doing stuff and watching you guys' show, and I was trying to comment as you were going along. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to kind of elaborate on why I thought that it was a bad idea for Miss Sawyer to do that, and then that she still displays some of those traits in that. You know, I would have hoped, and I want to give everybody an opportunity. And I've talked to Miss Sawyer, and I've tried to make appointments with Miss Sawyer because I think we have a lot of good, intelligent young candidates that are out there. But I think that they don't understand that, and most of them are either activists or organizers. And I don't think they understand that when you try to assume a public office, you may believe certain things, but you have to now convert and represent the will of the people as opposed to a lot of your personal views. Because if you are just going to represent your personal views, that's like a dictatorship, or that's like a monarchy or a monogarch or whatever you call it. But anyway, so like the incident in Frazier. Well, first of all, Miss Sawyer, in the past, in her activism role or organizer role, she displayed disdain for the police all along, whether it was right or wrong. And most of the incidences that these individuals have rose up against in the city of Memphis, the police have been vindicated. Yet, the incident in Frazier, as a county commissioner, I would have hoped that she would have called the director of the police department, the mayor in her official capacity, and say, hey, look, can you brief me on this situation? Because that's my area. Those are my constituents. A educated decision in regards to how I will approach this, as opposed to just jumping out there because, oh, it's the police, and I know they killed the black guy. But then on the back end, you find out that this individual allegedly was responsible for shooting an individual 5 times, possibly leaving him for dead, being in the individual's car. Then you go on his Facebook page and you see that the individual was carrying a weapon, talking about 12's not going to take me. You know, we can no longer continue to defend these individuals wrong because it's almost like crying wolf. And when something really happens that we should run to the defense of our young men in our community, then those that are on the outside look at it as though we're just crying wolf again, when in essence something may have really happened. But it's going to take individuals like Miss Sawyer to be able to balance that out and to bring some sense of legitimacy to these situations.
But I think that one of the problems, Mike, I mean, do they even want to do that, though? I mean,
well, see, and that's the thing. Yeah. If you don't want to do it, then we don't need you in office, because if you still don't like little white babies, and if you still don't like the police, and if you still are homophobic, and if you still, because all of those people are in your area, they're your constituency. So what are you saying? You, regardless of how they feel or what they want, you're not going to fairly represent them? Because believe it or not, her being a county commissioner, she has police officers that live in her area that she represents.
Yeah.
You know, so you can't just disregard those individuals. It's like, I don't care.
So do you think, or have you heard, any police officers like feeling some type of way after they heard this?
Come on, Doc. Come on, Bob.
Well,
I mean, okay, come on, Josh. But you have a lot of police officers that are products of the city of Memphis.
Yeah.
Have family members that still live here. They still live. I live in the city of Memphis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm represented by these same individuals that are out here spewing all of this craziness. And it's like, yeah, I'm offended. I'm offended, number one, as an individual that has served my country. I'm offended as an individual that continues to serve my community. I'm offended as a father of a young black man in this city. I'm offended as a grandfather of 4 young black boys in this city. And for people to think that as a police officer, that defines most of the individuals that are on the police department, and they fall into that old cliche category, that's not true. Most police officers on this job truly want to protect and defend, and they prove that on a daily basis when they stand in the gap between good and evil, when people are being attacked and assaulted and affronted on a daily basis, and they put themselves in hazardous situations every day to help the people. Are there bad police officers? Yes, they are. But just like with anything, we got to continue to say, we need to get rid of them, focus on the good, and move this city forward.
So, and last one, I know I'm asking a lot of questions. I'm gonna let Bob ask one. I keep jumping in, but let me ask you this: just as far as the race in general, right? I hear a lot of people seem to say that they feel like no matter what, Strickland's going to win the race based on the way things seem to be going. How do you feel? And I know you supporting Harrington. How do you feel about that? The way things are going right now.
Well, I think it's up in the air. I think a lot of people are not moves that Dr. Harrington is making behind the scenes. A lot of people are upset that he won't participate in a debate, but years and years and years ago, he said he would never participate in a debate again because mainstream media takes it and twists it. And, just like Mr. Boyce was saying, they want to hold him out and don't want to report on him. And even when I was running, they said, well, you didn't have $50,000, so you couldn't be a part of the debate. But I was lighting their butt up in them debates. And they didn't want it broadcast live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I get it. He don't want to be involved with mainstream media. And the other thing is, I don't think you can fault an individual for their campaign strategy, whatever that may be. You may want something. I know he's held rallies down at his place. He's held Donuts with Doc. He's did a women's rally. I think he had a caravan Saturday. I know he's going out to all of these groups. I know he already has a base. I know he's been building on that base. I know they've been tearing his signs down all over town, so I know that they are afraid. So I think he has a chance. And Mr. Strickland has been burning bridges. When you see commercials with him and all of these black kids, and you see commercials with him shooting basketball loafers, and anybody in the black community know you can't go on the basketball court with street shoes. So that was staged. You know what I'm saying? But you have him out there shooting basketball with the black kids in the community the last 3 years. Then you got Mr. Nickelberry, who is, yes, he was on the sanitation department in 1968, but he also walked across the picket line. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just all kinds of things. And it pisses me off when I think about Ursula Madden, who is his media advisor who is utilizing these things against the black community and trying to use the black community to be able to put an individual in place that, over the last 3 years, when I look at my neighborhood, I got gang signs in the streets. I got houses that are being broken into. I got cars that are being shot up. I'm talking about in my neighborhood, Bob and Josh.
Yes,
I'm not talking about somebody else's.
Right.
So you can't tell me that it's better.
Right.
Yeah. So, I think that there are still opportunities. I think that this thing on Tammy Sawyer is political. I think it was released the day before early voting on purpose because I think she was drawing a lot of the white vote, to be perfectly honest. And I think they wanted to cut into that, especially when they released, you said they had about 300 more tweets, but they were specific in releasing the one about the little white babies.
Yeah.
So they wanted to incense the white audience and the white constituency so that they would not vote for her.
Okay, well, they released it, but is it true?
I'm talking about it's her tweets. So what are you talking about, Bob?
So, but yeah, I mean, they're her tweets, but if they released it, if it's true, then I don't see any problem in what they did. But
I don't have a problem with it either. I'm just saying that's a campaign strategy.
Yeah.
Well, I know Mike
I don't have a problem with it, Bob. I'm saying if she did it, she did it. I'm saying the timing, it was a campaign strategy on someone's part to be able to defame her right before early voting started.
I'm going to say this, Mike. I can't help but say this last thing. I know you probably got to go. But I couldn't help but think, I remember when it seemed like one particular news station is really hitting Tammy up over and over. It's Otis Sanford with the...
for them, Bob. Josh, he works for them.
I mean, man, he said, "How dare you talk about Mr. Strickland like that?"
Exactly.
I'm like, whoa.
He's bought and paid for. He's bought and paid for. But it's nothing new. He's on what they call it. That used to come on Saturdays or Sundays. Not TalkBackLive. That show with the little lady and Richard Ransom.
Informed Sources.
Informed Sources.
Informed Sources. Yeah. Their voices is what it should be called because
True.
It's set up to carry the message that mainstream power brokers in this city wants to carry and to attack individuals that they feel is threatening to them. And he, unfortunately, I think he's a smart individual. I think he has a whole lot to offer to the community.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think that there are certain individuals, and that's part of the problem, intelligent, up-and-coming black people that have sold their souls to the devil to have a seat at the table and to be recipients of whatever benefits they can get from the power brokers in the city while holding the majority of the black community down in this city.
Well, Mike, all I can say is Tammy Sawyer and the reason people are jumping all over her and things of that nature, hey, people have their right to say what they want to say. But the thing about it is, I think she has done some things that came back to haunt her. Now, if she feels the way she feels the police department, then, man, that's a big deal to me.
How can you be in charge?
I mean, some people talk about, the white baby. I mean, but, man, that's a big deal, too. But at the same time, how can you not support the police department that is protecting and serving the community? How can you not? She's supposed to be the top cop in the city. Whoever's elected as mayor would be over the police department. How can you say such a thing? And to me, it seems like she's had some bone to pick with the authorities, with the police department. I don't know why she hates the police. It seems like to me that's her character. That's her behavior. She don't like anything that have to do with law enforcement.
Well,
if you're going to stand up for a criminal and, the way he behaved and what he's already done, and then talk about the way they treated him, my goodness. I mean, come on. I mean, some people say, well, Tammy Sawyer has changed. Do you really think that she has changed over the years? Or do you have to look at, well, you know, said those things? Has she come out and said, no, I didn't say those things? And but now, you know, some of the things.
She's come out and apologized for saying those things. She's never denied them.
Okay, but some people only apologize because they got caught.
Well, let me ask y'all this question.
Yeah.
If Tammy was white, would there be the same reaction, you know, by a lot of people to say?
Are you talking about specifically the black community?
Yeah.
You would have the activists up in arms if you had somebody with tweets that's running for office that said that they were afraid of little black babies, and they're glad that they didn't have one or couldn't have one because they would be afraid that they would kill them. You know, if Tammy Sawyer was on the other side, she'd be incensed. If some of those other activists on the other side, you know, it's already evident by, you know, the characteristics that they've been displaying all along. And I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying that it would be wrong to feel like that. I would feel some kind of way if I had a mayoral candidate that's running for office and they were white and they said that about black babies. I'd be incensed because now this individual is representing me. And it's not just about the tweets, it's about their current servitude or service in office right now. So are you making decisions based upon your personal feelings and beliefs?
Exactly.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm saying we all pay taxes. We're giving you stewardship over the operation and governing of our county. So how am I supposed to feel about this? Well, I would be looking to get you out of office come next election. Or, according on how I really felt, I might be looking to make a move to get you out of office now because I can't trust you. And Bob, you asked the question, has she changed? I'm saying when I look at Mrs. Sawyer's current actions, well, first of all, you know, you were with the 901 take them down thing. You know, there were a lot of white constituency that didn't feel that was right. Okay, but you did it anyway. All right. So now you have, I don't know how many times, come out against the police. You tried to make you was pushing for a law in Nashville for police officers to be criminally charged if they didn't turn their cameras on.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I mean, you've been doing things all along, but now this has brought attention to it. But you've always tried to do things to. She's even made the statement, I believe, that she would cut the police department to 1,500 officers. We having a problem with
1,500 officers?
Yes. So we having a problem with 2,000. So what would that do to the city?
Yeah. Well, that sounds like, to me, I mean, if you know the city already has problems with crime and things of that nature, but you want to cut the police staff of the police department down to probably the lowest number of officers that's probably ever been in the city of Memphis, you know, then that shows me that particular candidate or person that wants to be in office as mayor, you know, not really concerned about the safety of the constituents, the people of the city.
Yeah, I agree. And I don't think policing is like the one answer to all the crime problems, but lowering the police is definitely not going to help it.
Oh, no. That's it's, to me, is a sign of support for criminals.
Well,
you hear me say all the time, first of all, you got bad police officers, so don't ever think that Mike Williams don't feel that way.
Right.
You hear me say all the time that police by itself is not the solution to the problem in this city. I say it all the time. However, I also say that you do have to have enough police officers to provide the safety and security for the citizens and tourists and workers that come into the city on a daily basis. But it's only part of the equation. Now, people see me refer to it all the time, and I'm fighting for police because that's my job. That's what I do. But as a citizen, I know we need better education because of illiteracy. I know we need pre-K for the young people to give them a good start. I know we need quality core services. I know we need good neighborhoods. I know we need facilities for the youth in this city. you hear me advocate for that all the time, but people like to focus in on, well, he's just for the police. That's my job, to be advocates for the police. So, I would just hope that Ms. Sawyer and all other candidates or elected officials would stop with the madness and start to represent and be a voice for the communities that they represent. That means homosexuals, that means black, that means white, that means Asians, Hispanics, that means Muslim, that means, whatever, I don't care what it is. But you have to, if there are taxpayers and they pay into this system, then guess what? They are supposed to be equally represented by the individuals that are in those offices.
And lastly, do you think she is ready to represent all people?
Not only no, hell no.
No, right.
Yeah. Maybe later, but not right now.
But I know you
I mean, think about it, Bob. She's only been on the county commission. She hasn't been on a little over a year. And when I look to see what she has done over that year, I don't know any legislations that she's passed. I don't know anything that she's put in place, yet she's running for mayor. You haven't really mastered the position of county commissioner as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I agree. And now, real quick.
You talking about candidates. You represent Willie Harrington, right?
Well, I'm voting for Willie Harrington. Yes, I am, Bob.
Well, you didn't have to get all, up on your...
You're the one you're representing. I'm not representing anybody.
Oh, come on,
voting for
Okay, you're voting for him. You had him on your show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, because the police association actually endorsed him, yes.
Okay, there you go. So you're endorsing him.
The police association is endorsing him.
Okay, the police association. Okay, all right, we'll go for that.
That's
okay.
Yeah.
Well, Mike, thanks
all right.
for calling.
I ain't gonna take up more of your time. I just wanted to call and clarify some of that because I know I was getting in and kind of typing a little bit, but I did want to elaborate on what you guys were discussing, and I know you were discussing some other things as well. So, but thank you for allowing me the opportunity to get in. And Jay Worth said, "Y'all still talking about Tammy Sawyer?" He said, "Guys, forget about it. She's done.
She's done." What does he mean by she's done? She's not going to win, or
I don't know.
She's not worth talking
about. You gotta ask Jay that, man. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But anyway, man.
Mike,
thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
President of the Memphis Police Association, Mike.
Okay. Bye.
All right. 901-213-6020. And it is now 9:27, 27 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock Central Time. And a very pleasant good morning to you on a Monday morning. Yes, John.
It's interesting. So we've had we had TB, mayoral candidate. And right after that, we had quasi-representative police association representing Willie Harrington call in after that.
Mike Williams.
Yeah, Mike Williams. So, hey, if there's a Jim Strickland rep out there, y'all want to call in.
Yeah, I mean, anybody representing Jim Strickland.
Ursula Madden, because we know Mike Williams went in on her.
She's not going to call.
If you want to defend yourself.
Yeah.
Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
We already know. Only other one I'm thinking about, Tammy Sawyer. There's a Tammy rep out there.
Yeah.
If you want to call yourself Tammy rep,
you want to call it and defend her.
Yeah. It's an open forum.
It's open forum. Just talking and having a conversation, dialogue. This is what it's all about. Yeah. We give you the opportunity to call and talk about whatever's on your mind in that particular situation.
The only rep I really don't want to hear from is Michael Wilson.
Michael Wilson.
Yeah, who's also running for mayor. Because if you ever seen a situation where somebody's just in the race just to be in it, it's Michael Wilson. You talk about a guy that, doesn't run any spots.
Yeah.
He doesn't do anything but go Facebook Live every now and then.
Yeah, he does a little something on Facebook.
Do you expect to win? No. Well, what are you even doing?
Yeah.
Run for something else. Mm-hmm. It's just a waste of time. There's some other folks waste of time. Yeah. Some people in the comments.
Somebody said he's kind of weak.
Oh, well, see, that's a whole nother story. I don't know. I can't make any accusations.
I don't know. But anyway, said he's an Ishma.
I don't know what that means.
Ishma is a female.
Oh,
no,
not that.
Not that way, but he's soft.
Oh, okay.
But at any rate, 901-213-6020. What's your take on the mayoral race? The candidates, like we said, TV Boys called in earlier to make a comment and talking about the situation going on with him. And 1,000 people showed up at a Baptist church yesterday. Tammy Sawyer and
Terrence Boyce
were the only candidates to show up at that church and made a little speech. And
no Harrington, no. You know what? I got something to say to that too.
Well,
and real quick, I got something to say to that. Because TB talked about it, I was under the impression that they had that thing to have the candidates there to hear what their stance is on certain things. And that was what the news reported. Now, come to find out, from TB, Terrence Boyce, basically
had 60 seconds.
Had 90 seconds to
90
talk.
seconds.
And the rest of it was a church service, preaching and singing.
Well,
what are you doing?
Let me tell you something. I think they decided to do that at the last minute because they didn't have really the candidates that they thought they were going to get there.
But you can still ask them questions.
Yeah, but they cut those people back to only 90 seconds.
I mean,
90 seconds? What do you expect them to say in 90 seconds?
It's ridiculous. I guess the rest of the time they was
Josh, that was total disrespect to the candidates that were there.
To both of them, to be honest.
Yeah, and but I think they should have done better than that. Why invite the candidates to an open forum like that and then only give them 90 seconds to say what they're going to say? I'm telling you, I don't think they were going to give all those other candidates 90 seconds, but because of who was there, they cut them back to 90 seconds. I think there was going to be a lot bigger, a lot longer discussion, but they didn't want to hear from the people that were there.
And they just decided to have church.
And they decided, well, we might as well say something else and then just have a little church rather than listen to these two characters or candidates that have showed up for the meeting. So
unbelievable.
But anyway, what do you think? 901-213-6020.
And y'all out there that are listening, do you have a favorite candidate in this race? Do you still support Tammy Sawyer throughout all this?
Yes.
Do you still support Jim Strickland, Willie Harrington?
Some people say Jim Strickland is going to get reelected no matter what you say. Yeah. So, all right. Welcome to the show. Good morning on a Monday.
Hey, what's going on?
Good morning.
Y'all already know.
Yeah, we already know who it is.
We have an idea.
GKP out of Memphis, Tennessee. I think I got it.
There you go. You right on top of it in the headline today. Let's get it. I'm gonna chime in real quick on this whole Tammy Sawyer mayoral election fiasco we seem to have going on. So you needed a Jim Strickland advocate. Well, here he is.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's right.
Wait a minute. Hold it. Now, are you a black?
Take a picture, write it down. Jim Strickland.
Are you
October 3rd?
Are you a black man?
Yeah. Oh, I'm a black man, Bob. Come on now.
Well,
you ever seen CB4? I'm blacker than I'm black, man.
Yeah.
Come on. No, in all seriousness, though,
yes,
man.
Sir.
Listen, I just think once again we are seeing the bad part of politics.
Yeah.
I mean, the politics that happen. Listen, everybody knows when politics and elections come around, we pull out that old shovel where we go and we dig up dirt and we try to find anything we can find on people in order to, make them look a certain way or make them look unqualified for the job. Now, 10 years ago, I can imagine we all have probably we did some things or we said some things that weren't so kosher and that we want to forget about, that we probably have forgotten about, but the people that we may have offended or the posts that we may have made, they haven't forgot because they're still there. You see what I'm saying? Right, obviously, they're still there. They were able to go back to 2009 and 2010 and things. So, and from that perspective, I just think it's much to do about nothing a lot of times as far as the way we judge people, because if people aren't allowed to change, then you know what? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
We have to give people a fair chance to reform and rehabilitate. Now, does that mean she's still the candidate or a good candidate for the job? Then that's up to the people to determine at the end of the day. But I think a lot of the propaganda and the slander that comes along with these elections a lot of times are kind of, you know what I'm saying, that they're hard to kind of just judge it based off that, because we know, you know, if we've been living any time, we know what happened. Even Harrington was on Mike Williams' show not too many weeks ago.
Right.
You guys brought the story. The lady called in and brought up a whole lot of things on him. So, face it, man, it is what it is. But in this race, I do feel like I felt 4 years ago. I just think oftentimes we have too many black candidates as opposed to all the black candidates kind of getting together, possibly having some debates or forums prior to, you know, them just selecting one. And you know, sometimes let's just break it down to one, and then you have a better chance, I feel. But with
Jay, that makes too much sense, Jay.
But Jay, here's the thing. Now, I'm sure you probably heard about this. They supposedly had a people's convention, and I don't know what happened with that.
I did hear about that. It didn't go well, Josh. And like you know, even with the things we're seeing, you know, out of Harrington, he feels like, you know, he shouldn't have to debate and things. You know, we all have our preferences in different, you know, ways that we approach how we campaign, or how they campaign, I should say. But right or wrong, I just think a lot of times with the black community, and I'm speaking specifically black community right now for those that may be listening, I'm speaking specifically black community.
Okay.
We are often divided because we have so many people that have so many different opinions and so many different ways they would do this or they would do that, that we never present a unified front. You know what I'm saying? And everybody knows that united we stand, but divided we always fall.
Well, I don't think you can help that in a city that's 65%
predominantly
black. You're gonna get most black that are to run for office. So I mean, I understand where you're coming from. I really.
And I guess what the main thing is not even just like knocking out black candidates. I think it's more qualified, right? Like you feel like, okay, who is the best out of these folks? And they're not even saying all the other ones are bad people, but you just shouldn't be. You shouldn't be running for mayor.
But,
you know.
But how do we finally get to the point to where we filter that right there out, and we get the city to understand that yes, the city is predominantly black, but how do we find that one black candidate? You see what I'm saying? Or how do we come to the decision of having just one candidate that represents the black community in the long run, and that way you don't have, because let's just face it, everybody that's running gonna get some votes. Whether it's your family, whether it's your friends, whether it's your church members, whether it's the people you work with, everybody's gonna get some votes. All of those black candidates that are in there, they're gonna get some votes, which means they are gonna be split to a certain extent. And ultimately, when you deal like that, then you give the advantage to Jim Strickland, and that's all I'm saying. You know, I wish everybody luck in the race, but I just think it's kind of, you know, like I figured 4 years ago. And the same outcome will happen.
Now, and you said earlier that you're a Jim Strickland person.
Bob, don't take me there. That was That was just me, kind of being a little sarcastic.
Oh, okay.
Let's get that straight for the record.
Okay, I'm just saying.
That was Jay Worth being a little sarcastic.
Okay, all right, but we won't let the people know who you're voting for. Then.
No, I would. That's my right.
Yeah.
Booth, I come out, I go in alone, I come out alone, and as long as I keep my mouth closed, hey, no one ever knows.
It's your business.
I agree.
That's my business.
Hey, hey, I'm alone, man. It's your thing. Do what you want to do. I can't tell you.
Let me say this real quick though, about some of the candidates that I know, a lot of them that feel like that they we've already kind of counted them out. Candidates like Terrence T.B. Boyce and even Tammy Sawyer to a certain extent. Of course, she's in the mix, or as far as the media, but let's just all face it. Like I said earlier, with everything that's coming out, and I think it's clear to say she's probably done. But one thing I will applaud Terrence T.B. Boyce on for sure, that he's definitely one of the candidates that I've seen, in the community, you know what I mean, as far as trying to do some positive things, even before this mayoral run. And one thing we have to understand, at the end of the day, it's pretty much about the money, you know what I mean, and how much you have to actually go out there and campaign, and how many people you actually can gather and get behind you financially as well. And those kind of candidates, a lot of times, they get the short end of the stick because they don't really have a lot of support, you know what I'm saying, financial and things like this. But that doesn't mean that their heart is not in the right place, and that they're not really pushing for positive and want to see betterment. And anybody that wants to see positive in the city of Memphis, I salute them. Period.
Yeah. Absolutely. Jay Ward, GP. Hey, you have a show coming on sometime today, and tell the people about that. What time are you expected to be on today?
Well, unfortunately, Bob, I just received a call. I dropped my boy off at school, and I've already received a call that he's kind of taken ill at school. So I'm going to have to go pick him up. Unfortunately, the show today won't air due to the fact that I do have to tend to that. But we air daily around 12:30, 1 o'clock, good afternoon, GKP, where you already know we talk about all kind of things that just fresh off my mind, and things that I feel like sometimes a lot of people may shy away from. Well, I don't. I try to keep it 100 because 99 and a half won't do. So I just bring it the way it's put on me, and that's the delivery. You know what I mean? Each and every day. So that's what it's about on Good Afternoon.
I don't know
guys.
I don't know if you notice or not, but I happen to have one of those big red cups. I don't know if you've seen me drink from it or not.
Like the giant solo cup that you got.
One of those big cups. I found out where you got that big cup, but not where you got it. I didn't buy this cup, Jay. I wasn't trying to copy off you, okay? I'm just letting you know.
I just want to make sure that I might not need to contact my people and have them contact your people, for a little copyright infringement. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to get it twisted. Big Red is a GKP, name.
I know it, but,
Oh, look at you. I see you.
Yeah, you see
Yeah. But see, no. See, what happened was, what had happened? I came in one day, and then my wife said, I bought a cup for you. And so,
that is what happened.
And then, that's the truth. And then I looked at it, I said, man, come to think of it, that's a big cup. I said, oh my goodness, GKP has one of those cups. Now he's going to think
that's Big Red.
Yeah. So, but man, no, hey, I didn't mean to copy off you or anything like that.
Well,
so
listen,
if I hurt your feelings, I apologize.
No, listen, one thing I don't mind being is a trendsetter. I don't follow them, but I don't mind being a trendsetter, and I appreciate the ones that do follow the trends I set. Sure.
Hey, Jay, we appreciate it, man, as always. And we'll check you out whenever you're on the next time, probably tomorrow. Hey, thanks for the call.
Tomorrow morning we'll be back. No doubt, man. You guys have a good rest of the day.
Yes, sir.
You too, man.
All right, 901. Yes, sir. 901-213-6020. And your comments. A lot of people talking about the mayoral race and Tammy Sawyer in particular, and some of the things she said, and so on and so forth. And but that's a big deal these days. Some of the things she said in the past, some people say, well, that's the past. Leave it in the past. Well, has she left it in the past?
And see, once again,
is she still the same person that she was when she made those statements a few years ago? And but the thing about it is, if like we said, if she's not going to stand up for the police department, and she has a beef or some animosity toward the police department, that's who she is going to be the boss over. She's going to be the top cop in the city. So it doesn't seem like, to me, some people are saying that she's over that yet. So if she's not over that and she's not willing to, is she going to support the criminals? And one person was stating she's going to, she might cut the police department back to 1,500 as far as officers are concerned. Yes, I made a big statement earlier. 1,500? I mean, 1,500, and now we have 2,030 something officers, and they really want to meet 2,500 is where their goal is. But if she gets into office and she doesn't have respect for the police department, then I think there's going to be a problem. I think there's going to be a fight. I think it's going to be a battle between the police chief director, which works for the city, works for the mayor. Mm-hmm. If she's the mayor, then we're going to have problems in our city with the mayor and the police department, and we don't need those type of problems.
I mean,
the police department and the mayor? Oh, no. We don't need those kind of problems in that situation.
And I'm sure that happens plenty
in the
of
city.
Times. I'm sure that's happened plenty of times with the mayor and the police.
Yeah, but it didn't come.
But it's not good.
To come into the mayor's office wanting to be mayor already against the police department and also some things in their past and all that kind of stuff.
And to your point, let's just imagine, right? Whether right or wrong, whether you say this is right or wrong, you can't deny, just based off what Mike Williams said, who's a police officer currently, president of the police association, talked about hearing how certain officers felt some type of way, black and white alike. Can you imagine just the fact, let's say if she did become mayor for whatever reason, and the officers, she's in charge of these police officers, you better believe they're still going to feel some type of way about it.
Yeah.
And they're going to let them know. That's not a good way to start off a relationship.
Yeah.
Now, I know there will probably be efforts to try to mend those things, but what's said has been said.
Yeah.
And the actions after that, just like Mike Williams pointed out as well, certain things she said over the past couple of years kind of lend themselves to the same thing. So that's a situation that you may or may not want to run into.
Yeah.
Depending on who you are.
Yeah. So we have to me, that's a serious problem. You only need two: Andy Griffin, and Barney Fife.
That's it.
Well,
I think we'd be in trouble in that case.
Yeah, they can be sheriff, but not police officers.
Hey, there's a lot of Otises running around.
But hey, we've got a serious problem in the city of Memphis. I think some people are satisfied with Jim Strickland. And it seems like in all indications that he may be reelected. And so you have black people saying, well, we don't need to vote. We all need to get together and vote for a black mayor. I mean, I don't see it that way. I mean, whoever's mayor, they should be mayor for all the people, not just black people. Black candidate running into office to support or to help black people. It should be a candidate for all people.
I agree, but my thing is, and y'all know I've been hard on Strickland, throughout his time, and I've said, but just looking at things now and respect to everybody that we've talked to today, I just looking at the current field, and this is nothing to say about those people running, but just the way things are going, I don't see a case where Strickland loses.
I don't either.
I be shocked if it happened.
And my thing is, why would people... Now, Mike Williams, I know you're probably listening, but here's the thing. Why would people want to elect a mayor that was formerly mayor of Memphis for 20 years or whatever the case may be, and to put him back in office, again? And I mean, some of the things that have been done today, this mayor didn't do all over the years that he was there. So that's what some people are saying. I'm just trying to be a communicator for some of the people that are and what they're thinking and what they're saying.
Yeah, communicate.
Some people asking the question, why would you want to put a mayor back in office that's already been there? And some people say they're not satisfied, which there was nothing hardly ever got done because they were always in a fight between the city council and this particular guy.
Well, some people like that.
Harrington, they like that, but you don't get anything done.
Well, he told dude to get out of his office.
Yeah, meet me outside.
Meet me outside.
I mean, we don't need that kind of stuff going on in the top office. We don't need that kind of behavior and attitude. Well, meet me outside, or get out of my office, and all that kind of stuff. We need somebody that's going to be in office, willing to help this city. And I thought, to me, that Mayor Jim Strickland, and I didn't heard of or seen any problems with the council and Mayor Jim Strickland and the way things were operated.
Well, first of all, the reason why, and this goes to my criticism of Jim Strickland, he ain't studying what's going on. He ain't going to the city council and fighting for nothing. He said, okay, y'all handle it. I'm going to sit back and let y'all do what you do. Now, most of the fights going on is between the city council and the city council and the city council.
Okay, so
those are the fights that are going on.
So Jim Strickland's done nothing.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he's not involved in nothing. The most active I've seen is when I saw him dribbling the basketball with them black kids on the commercial. Like I said, with the penny loafers, it was hilarious.
Okay, but has he done anything for the city?
I'm not saying he hasn't.
Okay.
He's done some things, especially with tourist attractions, with downtown, with midtown, with selected areas, and made certain areas more of an attraction than it previously was. It looks better when you come into Memphis than it did before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From the bridges to the, people, some people like the scooters. I didn't care about the scooters, but
I didn't either.
I've seen black folks on scooters all over the town.
Yeah.
So I guess people are starting to like the scooters, and all this stuff. But
I don't think black people like the scooters. I think they just wanted to.
Well, they're on the scooters. On the scooters.
Yeah, they're on the scooters, but
they flying around on them.
They're on the scooters, but they don't. Just pick them up because they're there.
I mean, you might be right, but hey, it's better than walking.
Yeah, it is.
So I give Strickland credit for that too. He got the little lights on the bridge out there, on the other bridge. The little painting on the steps. But all that stuff don't matter. That's cool. That's okay. But what's that going to do for the inner city? What's that going to do to crime? What's that going to do for all these poor kids running around here committing crimes? What's it going to do for all these community centers rotting and falling apart?
Some people,
because he don't care about it.
Some people disagree with you. Some people think that Jim Strickland has done a good job putting this city back together. And if you give him another few years,
he's done good jobs in certain parts of the city.
Yeah, I would agree.
Certain parts of the city.
Well, and so some people are saying that, hey, he's the man to vote for, irregardless of what. Because these black people, a lot of black people are not looking at that. They're trying to say, we want somebody in office to handle our situation. This is not about white and black and things of that nature. We want someone in office that's going to handle the business of the city of Memphis and the constituents and the people of this great. That's what they're concerned about right now.
A couple comments here are pretty interesting. Yeah. When I brought up Otis, right? Jed says, "Are you trying to call Tammy Otis?" No. That's you saying that, Jed. I'm gonna lay that responsibility on you.
Oh my goodness.
That's hilarious, though. Roger White says, very well said. It's to one of us.
Roger White is, I think he's out of Humboldt, Tennessee, or up in that area. Yeah, he's up in that area up there. Thanks for listening.
Well, shout out, Roger. I appreciate that. Let me turn that down.
Turn that down.
So we got Daniel says the city needs Harrington, Sawyer, and Strickland to all be mayor.
Oh, my goodness.
Daniel, I know Daniel's
Daniel don't believe
he
that.
puts everybody together. Let's all work together. Now, that would be chaos.
Yeah.
Who's going to sit in the chair? That would be the number one problem. But
that's it. When that little white baby said,
meet me outside.
Meet me outside.
How about that? She got a billion likes. And what he's talking about, he put a little white baby in quotations, but it was actually a teenager. Well, she wasn't a teenager. She was 12, 11. I think it was on Dr. Phil, whatever it was. Just a hard-headed white girl. And said that, I think, to her mom or something like that. Anyway, she says, don't hate on Dr. Harrington for it. Saying the same thing.
Don't you think there's a little difference now? A 12-year-old girl and then Dr. Harrington, as old as he is. Come on. I can understand a kid saying that. But then, somebody as old as Dr. Harrington.
Well, Doc is a little older
than meet me outside. He should be more responsible than that. Yeah, but anybody in office should be more responsible rather than wanting to roll up their sleeves and go outside and fight.
Hey,
that's not fighting for the citizens.
That's the
personal fight.
That's the Memphis way. But no, look.
Daniel says what?
I got it right here.
Okay.
Daniel says, and I think this is a great summary, honestly, of all the candidates to a degree. So here it is. Daniel says Harrington wants to address the crime and negative aspects of what poverty and disenfranchising, specifically black males, has rippled into in today's Memphis. Sawyer wants to represent the majority of the city, which is also fighting for poverty, crime, and lack of resources. Strickland is trying to address the historic wrongs of this city, while also overseeing an economic development boom in this city, which unfortunately can't benefit poor and disenfranchised in the immediate sense.
Why not, though?
Thus, they need to debate. Now, what he's saying, and look, he wasn't knocking all. I think it's a pretty good summary of all of what their stances are and what they've said their stances. Especially Strickland, because I've heard some folks that talked about, when you talk about economically, how they feel that you're looking at the city of Memphis and the job creation with minorities and and everything else with Strickland, that he's done a good job. There's some black folks I've talked to that said those things.
Yeah.
And I've also heard from some folks, I don't know if they want me to say their name.
No, don't say their name.
But, came out and was telling me that they feel that black folks need to help their own communities, and that they can't always reach out to the mayor or to Jim Strickland to fix the problems that we can fix.
Okay, so a black candidate would fix it.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is Strickland's the mayor. He probably can't solve the problems that we could fix, meaning that we need to fix it ourselves in the community.
Okay, rather than waiting on the mayor to
to do something,
to bring up some agenda or legislation or something that can magically change things when it takes people in the community to actually do some things to change some things itself.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah. We have to all work together. Can we all just get along? 901-213-6020. As a matter of fact, Josh, we're running out of time. We're out of time. Yeah, just about. And okay, all right, that's good.
Yeah, there they go.
Let's see.
They hit us at the buzzer.
Call from
Daniel.
Daniel, you're right at the time we're getting ready to head out of here. Welcome to the show anyway. Good morning.
Up, man?
On a Monday. What's going on?
Nothing much. I'm in here doing some other things. I just wanted to reach in, comment, and just clarify why I wanted to say that all of them should be mayor, because everything that they all represent is definitely what is necessary for us to truly move forward knowing that there's no more water cooler talk. Like everything that we used to talk about growing up about what's truly going on, everything is out on the table. So if we have a majority poor city, that can't be ignored, because you can't build a strong city without the foundation being strong. And if that foundation has been historically wrong, then we see it through contracts, and we also see it through other lack of resources for people. But at the same time, we also know that there is always progress and capitalism that is at stake. We have billion-dollar entities here. We have FedEx. We have all these things that are at a certain point in the economic system to where you have to have a certain standard or a certain level of a bar for yourself, and you can't be fighting to get resources so you can reach that bar and also do the things necessary to grow in this economic sense. So all three candidates bring everything to the table that's necessary to create a better Memphis. It's just a matter of who can manage all three areas: economics, I guess lack of resource and opportunity, and stress that, as well as the crime, which I think Harrington are pretty much on the same line. Of course, their focal point, but we have to be fair to everyone. Really is putting forth an effort to make it better. No one is really wrong. It's just a matter of who is the best. That's why they should debate. And if they can't debate, then all of them need to be married, because we're not at the point where we need this person, that person, one or that one. No, it's nuance involved. They all bring something to the table. Who is the best fit? We need to be about the best. There are no more secrets. Everything is on the table. Doesn't get publicly. There's no conspiracy theory or this is what really going on conversations. No, it's all on the table. So let's treat it as such and decide who can lead. In a sense, not this. It used to be this way, and now it's not. No, everything's on the table. Like, we know everything, the history, contracts, and everything. But I got to go too, gentlemen.
Hey.
I have a good one.
You too,
Hey,
man.
thanks,
Appreciate
Andrew,
it.
for the call.
Good stuff.
All right. 901-213. If you want to get in real quick, one more. Rodney had a statement here, Josh.
Oh, Rodney's in. Okay, let's see. Let me scroll down here as I kind of got out of it a little bit. Okay, well, I don't see it. I don't see that. Where you see
Rodney says, what has been done to empower the majority of populace as...
okay, I got it. Here it is. What has been done to the majority of populace so as to bring balance to the social, political, and economic standing of that group? If what Mayor Strickland says is in a campaign ad that there is some $19 billion in development, how much of that is going to black prime contractors? Are there any black prime contractors? Good questions.
Yeah.
Good question to ask. I mean, unfortunately, we won't find out because Strickland's not debating, and neither is Harrington.
Well, I mean, when Harrington was in office a few years ago, we were hearing the same thing about enough of these contractors weren't going to black, contractors.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this was the problem that was going on when we had black mayors.
Yeah.
Then, so, I mean, we just can't say that was the problem. That's the problem going on because Mayor Strickland's in office. No, this is something that's been going on for a number of years, and black mayors seem like they didn't care about the situation. So, but no, to me, seems like Mayor Strickland seemingly is headed in the right direction here, and I think he just needs to be given a little more time to do some things. But at least I don't threaten to kill her.
That was me.
Oh, that was Josh. Okay. Jet says in reply, no, not publicly anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, on that note, yes, we need to close. No, we need to go. Hey, and thanks for all your phone calls, all your conversations, and for calling in. Mayoral candidate T.B. Boyce for calling in today, and
Police Association President.
Police Association Mike Roy Williams called in, and several other people called in. We want to thank all of your phone calls and your comments, and some good comments on the Facebook, and we appreciate that as well. All right, Josh, that's going to do it for us today, and tomorrow we're looking to have Apostle Ricky Floyd of the Pursuit of God Transformation Center will be joining us. And we're going to be talking about some things that's going on with the pastors.
Yeah.
And some comments that are being made
toward them
as far as the election is concerned. And
Black
pastors and why. We'll talk about that and some other things and some things that he had to say as well concerning the election. And so we'll look forward to that tomorrow. Also, we'll have comments from Bishop Brandon Porter. And maybe some others as well, black leaders around the city. So, hey, thanks for joining us today. It is now 10:05, 5 minutes past the hour of 10 o'clock Central Time. Yes.
Quick note, coming up at 2 o'clock today.
2 o'clock, not 3 o'clock.
Not 3 o'clock. It's going to be 2 to 3. Talkback Live Sports.
Yes.
I'll be live. I'm going to be talking about the weekend that was, Memphis Tiger football, NFL, other news and notes from sports world. So y'all stay tuned for that. 2 to 3, Talkback Live Sports.
And I'll be back at 5 this afternoon with Breaking Bread, the Bible teaching. And so stay tuned for that. Coming up at 5 o'clock this afternoon at Central Time as well. Hey, that's going to do it for us. Have a wonderful day today. And stay hydrated and stay cool if you can. Have a wonderful day, everyone.
Are you tired of going to the doctor with the same issue over and over again and never getting any relief? Are you tired of buying all types of vitamins and supplements, hoping but not knowing for sure that they will keep you healthy? Or are you getting enough of the right kind of nutrients that your specific body needs? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you need a nutritional blood analysis. With a nutritional blood analysis, we can take 1 drop of blood from a prick of your finger and analyze your body's nutritional needs, nutritional deficiencies, and nutritional imbalances. This analysis can provide an early warning of possible future health challenges so you can make the changes now to avoid the negative outcome. A nutritional blood analysis can be used to monitor a health challenge before and after adopting an approach to restore health and balance. It will also allow you the ability to determine the effectiveness of various approaches to restoring and balancing your health. So don't wait. Make your appointment. Stop guessing with your health. Know what works for sure. 901-602-7063.
Graphics Printing, located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, a complete print shop for all your printing needs. They do it all. Color copies, resumes, funeral programs, rubber stamps, full-color business cards, wedding and graduation invitations, and more. 30-plus years of quality work and service. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, Tennessee, 901-345-9294. Graphics Printing. C&S Motors Auto Sales, located at 2508 Summer Avenue, here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-323-8778. C&S Motors Auto Sales has been around since 1984. Go by and see Chris today. for some of the best pre-owned and used vehicles in the city. They have SUVs, minivans, cars, trucks, whatever you're looking for in pre-owned used vehicles. Hey, you can find it right there at C&S Motors Auto Sales. See Chris since 1984. They will treat you right. Call them at 901-323-8778. That's 901-323-8778. 2508 Summer Avenue, C&S Motors Auto Sales.
This is Sergeant Chris Richardson with the Tennessee Highway Patrol, here to explain the Tennessee Hands-Free Law, which is a new state law effective July 1st, 2019. In Public Chapter 412, it makes it illegal for a driver to hold a cell phone or a mobile device with any part of their body, to write, send, or read any text-based communication, to reach for a cell phone or mobile device in a manner that requires the driver to no longer be in a seated driving position or properly restrained by a seatbelt, to watch a video or a movie on a cell phone or a mobile device, and to record or broadcast video on a cell phone or mobile device. So, can I still talk on my cell phone while driving? Yes. A driver is permitted to use an earpiece, headphone device, or a device worn on a wrist to conduct a voice-based communication. The driver may use one button on a cell phone or mobile device to initiate or terminate voice communication, and voice-based communication may also be used to send a text message. Learn more at handsfreetn.com.